What's up, Ketchup crew? Welcome to the weekly Ketchup on YouTube, where we bring you the biggest news of the week in movies and TV. And speaking of TV, we're breaking down what we can expect from both the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series and the Parasite series. Plus, we're looking ahead at some of the most anticipated movies of the year that we haven't heard much about yet. So here we go.
It's time.
There are a bunch of Marvel TV shows coming to Disney+, and the first one to arrive, get excited, later this year will be the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So let's take a look at what we can expect from that right now on the Ketchup. With all the upcoming Marvel series in the works for the streaming giant, we made a poll in our Ketchup fan Facebook group and asked you, the fans, which Marvel show are you most excited for? And swooping in first place was the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Loki wasn't that far behind though, so thank you guys for voting and join the group if you haven't already.
Thank you.
So production began late last year for the series with an expected release date of August 2020, and it will be part of the MCU's Phase 4, which runs through 2021 and includes 6 feature films in addition to the Marvel TV shows that we're gonna get. It'll also be running through our wallets and heads because let's be real, it's Marvel, what a time to be alive. Falcon and the Winter Soldier follows Anthony Mackie's Sam Wilson and Sebastian Stan's Bucky Barnes and picks up right after Avengers Endgame, where they were both resurrected after being lost in Thanos' snap heard around the world. And we'll get to see them deal with the effects of that, as well as returning to their lives after 5 years. Best part though, we'll get to know these characters more, on a deeper level.
Who the hell is Bucky?
As far as what else we know about the plot, footage from the Marvel Studios Super Bowl ad shows Sam tossing Captain America's vibranium shield around, so it seems he's getting used to it, or maybe he's just really good at disc golf. Anyway, it may not be that easy for him to give up on Falcon though, so we gotta stay tuned on that. And along with facing the responsibility of having Cap's shield, he may also have to face the reality that the US government has other plans for the role, and that's because Wyatt Russell has been cast as John Walker, not the top hat Scotch guy, but a comic book villain also known as US Agent. He apparently is the government's chosen replacement for Steve Rogers. The disrespect.
This isn't freedom. This is fear.
When it comes to Bucky, in Avengers Infinity War, we saw him set on the path of becoming the White Wolf, which is something we could see more of in this show. And that new promo footage also shows Bucky in a possible standoff battle with the returning villain Baron Zemo, which is a pretty dope name I may give to my firstborn child. So Zemo, played by Daniel Bruhl, also appeared in Captain America Civil War and should play a major role in this, assuming he gets out of prison. And based on a video message he delivered to the Marvel panel at Comic-Con, fans will get to see the character's famous purple mask from the comics, which hasn't been seen on this MCU version of the character, so can you guys just give us the show already?
I've thought about nothing else for over a year.
But if you're looking for more good guys and gals, I've got good news. Also reprising her role in the MCU is Emily Van Camp as Sharon Carter from Captain America Winter Soldier. Another character who will no doubt be dealing with losing 5 years thanks to Thanos, although skipping 5 years and not aging a day seems enticing to me. Also, unfortunately, Chris Evans has confirmed that he won't be making a cameo as Steve Rogers in the series, but let me know your thoughts on that in the comments.
I got no plans tomorrow night.
Now, behind the scenes, Malcolm Spellman from Fox's Empire will serve as showrunner and writer, while Carrie Skoglund will direct all 6 episodes. Spellman and Skoglund are both new to the Marvel Universe, but Carrie has directed great shows like The Americans, Vikings, and The Walking Dead. Also, Spellman and Skoglund just sounds like a super team up.
God, I love this place.
제시카 외동딸 일리노이 시카고 과선배는 김치모 그는 네 사촌.
Bong Joon-ho and his film Parasite completely dominated the Oscars, and now the dark comedy thriller is being adapted into an HBO series. So what could that look like? Let's talk about it right now on the Ketchup. The Certified Fresh Parasite is a hit with critics and fans, and really just anything with a pulse. I mean, the film absolutely crushed it this award season according to our awards leaderboard, capping it off by winning 4 Oscars, including Best Original Screenplay and Best Director, and it made history when it became the first foreign language film to win Best Picture. But before Bong started collecting Oscars and staring at them the way I wish someone would stare at me one day, Bong was already talking about expanding the movie into a series with HBO and producer Adam McKay, the guy behind hit shows like Dead to Me and Succession.
We aim to please.
As far as who we'd see star in the show, Collider is reporting that 3-time Oscar nominee and one incredible Hulk of a guy, Mark Ruffalo, is at the top of their wish list to play a main character, though nothing has been confirmed. Okay, so as far as what the show will be about exactly, we don't know much. Bong has said in multiple interviews that he had so many more ideas while writing the Parasite script but couldn't fit them into the 2-hour runtime, hence the idea for a series. And he elaborated with The Wrap recently, saying that his goal is to make a miniseries that is just basically a 6-hour-long film, and that just makes me want to drink until next morning.
Thank you. I will drink until next morning. Thank you.
Bong has also said it is not a remake, but rather an expansion of the universe that he created in Parasite, picking up on elements that were hinted at but not explored, like what happened between the scenes. For example, when the original housekeeper comes back with bruises on her face, but we never really find out why, Bong's got a story for that, and I just blew your mind just now, didn't I? Where the series will be set and whether it will be in English or in Korean is still open for discussion, according to the director. Unfortunately, production probably won't start before next year because Mr. McKay is busy with several other projects at the moment, including directing the Jennifer Lawrence movie Bad Blood. And Bong told Extra on Oscars Night that they're only in the very early stages of development, and he has said recently that serious discussions with McKay won't begin until March after a much-deserved post-award season vacation, you know, to get over that hangover.
I'm ready to drink tonight. So.
But there is good news for members of the Bong Hive that are looking for TV adaptations a little sooner, because he is executive producing a TV series that's based on his 2014 Certified Fresh film Snowpiercer, and it's coming to TNT this May. The show stars Jennifer Connelly and Daveed Diggs, and honestly, there should be a petition for Bong to have his award season translator, Sharon Choi, work on this because she truly was the real MVP. The series is a prequel of sorts, inspired by the tone and world of the original Snowpiercer story, but it's set just 7 years after humanity left the planet in ruins, whereas the movie takes place 15 years after those events. So get your anxiety ready for a train that never stops moving.
For your personal safety, be prepared to brace.
There are quite a few movies coming out this year that fans are eagerly awaiting, but actually know very little about. So we're gonna hook you up and take a look at some of the most anticipated yet mysterious movies of 2020 right now on the Ketchup. Once again, we turn to you, the fans, in our Ketchup fan Facebook group to find out what movies you're most excited for that we haven't really heard much about. And the overwhelming winner in the group was Marvel's Eternals movie. Shocker. Production has reportedly wrapped on the film, according to cast member Gemma Chan's Twitter account, and it has a release date set for November 6th, so like no pressure or anything, but the clock is ticking. The Eternals ensemble is stacked, led by Angelina Jolie as Thena, but it also includes Kumail Nanjiani as Kingo, Lauren Ridloff as Makkari, the first deaf superhero in the MCU, Brian Tyree Henry as Phastos, Salma Hayek as Ajak, Game of Thrones alums Richard Madden as Icarus, and Kit Harington as Dane Whitman, a human warrior who wields a mystical sword, and I'd say the man is qualified.
Deal.
Eternals is being directed by Chloe Zhao, and Marvel describes the movie as a group of ancient aliens who have been secretly living on Earth for thousands of years. But following the events of Avengers Endgame, an unexpected tragedy forces them out of the shadows to go up against bad guys known as the Deviants, which, yes, is an awesome name for bad guys.
Big round of applause to the Eternals!
Another film fans are excited for, but know nothing about, is Halloween Kills. The horror flick comes out October 16th and is a sequel to 2018 Certified Fresh Halloween, which was a direct sequel to John Carpenter's 1978 original. That means Jamie Lee Curtis will once again reprise her role as Laurie, and the original Michael Myers actor Nick Castle is also returning. Plus, fun fact, Lindsay Wallace and Tommy Doyle, the two kids Laurie was babysitting in the original, are also coming back. And we gotta think Michael Myers survives because this one sets up the eventual ending to the story Halloween Ends, which is due out 2021. We also gotta talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say the giant lizard and gorilla. That's right, Godzilla vs. Kong is coming just in time for Thanksgiving on November 20th, and this battle for who will be the king of the monsters is gonna be huge, physically and literally. The film is directed by Adam Wingard and is a sequel to both last year's Godzilla King of the Monsters and 2017 Certified Fresh Kong Skull Island. And while the monsters are the true stars, they will be joined by boring old humans like Alexander Skarsgård, Millie Bobby Brown, Kyle Chandler, and Isa Gonzalez. And by boring, I mean immensely talented.
My God. Zilla.
Also coming later this year, but still a mystery, is Dune. It is the first of a planned 2-part adaptation of the 1965 novel by Frank Herbert and will roughly cover the first half of the book. Navigating the dangerous desert planet known as Dune will be an absolutely epic cast that includes stars like Oscar Isaac, Rebecca Ferguson, Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, and Jason Momoa, just to name a few, all looking for that spice. The film is due out on December 18th, so you'll have plenty of time to mentally prepare for the giant sandworms. Ew.
But we have worm sign the likes of which even God has never seen.
And finally, as we're coming off the year of the Eddie Murphy comeback, we need to talk about how he's coming back to America. Yep, coming to America, but with the number 2. You get it. Eddie will, of course, be back playing multiple characters, including Akeem, who learns he has a long-lost son in the United States and must return to America to meet the unlikely heir to the throne of Zamunda. Other returning cast members include Arsenio Hall, James Earl Jones, and Sherry Headley, with newcomers like Wesley Snipes and Leslie Jones joining the mix. And I know what you're wondering, will there be another bathtub scene? We'll have to find out on December 18th.
I've warned you. I'll be forced to thrash you.
All right, friends, thanks for tuning into the Weekly Ketchup on YouTube. Make sure to tap that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes of The Ketchup. As always, I'm Naz Perez, and we'll see you guys next week.